Off drops good. Fantastic. Yep. Thanks.
She's doing good. She
Thank you, thank you.
Question for,
At this time, we will call this meeting to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Trustee DeBoer is excused. Truttschel?
Here.
Pfeiffer?
Here.
Walschlager?
Here.
Connor is on Zoom.
on Zoom?
Here.
And
Here.
Hartland.
Here.
And President Fangstall.
Here. If you'd all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Trustee Truttschel. At this time, we have public comment. If anybody is on Zoom and wants to speak in public comment, please unmute yourself and speak up. If anyone is in the room for public comment, please step towards the podium and you can speak.
Hi,
Hi, if you could just provide your name and your address.
you bet. Camille Pierce, and my address is 192 East Park Avenue.
Thank you.
And I know this is comment, so I'm not expecting a response, but last week we did, as a neighborhood, go to the discussion regarding the bike race with the bid group. And it was brought to our attention that there seems to be a lack of following of our own ordinances. And what I mean by that is that we live on East Park Avenue, which is scheduled to be closed for the bike race. And this also occurred in 2021. And looking at our own ordinances, we have requirements when it comes to special events that 2 weeks prior to a meeting, whoever is applying for this special event permit is supposed to let residents within a 500-foot radius, they're supposed to deliver notice to residents 2 weeks prior to the meeting in which the application will be heard at the board. I've lived here for 19 years, and I have never received a notice about any event going on at Nixon Park. My house is a 500-foot radius from the stage. My neighbor's closer. Other neighbors that were at the event were also closer. So I'm the outlier. However, we've never received notification, ever. Additionally, if a street is going to be closed, 75% of that street's residents are supposed to approve the closure of the street. And again, that is in our own ordinance, which was signed most recently in 2021 by you, Mr. Fangstall. So as a resident who has lived here for an extended period of time, I have concerns over following the permits or the ordinances that we have set forth and how we're taking into consideration our own residents who are impacted by these events. The events at Nixon Park have become excessive. I want to be a good neighbor to the park. I feel like I've been a good neighbor to the park. I want the park to be a good neighbor to me. And I want to feel that my board has my interest in mind as a resident who lives within 500 feet of the park. We brought up today, there's people parked on the grass again. There's people that park in front of my driveway. There's people that leave trash. That's a regular occurrence. And I've just become accustomed to it. But I'm becoming exhausted. And I will be at every meeting going forward to make sure that my voice is heard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else that wants to speak?
Hi.
Before you speak, just to give you a little rebuttal, I will go to department heads to find out what's going on with that. We don't usually do the back and forth, but I will be finding, I just want you to know that I will be finding out.
I know it's comment, it's not
Yep.
back and forth,
So I will be looking into that.
I wasn't
Right.
expecting it.
And some of them are here, but I'll be going into that to say what's going on. Because that's being put on by the bid, so, thank you.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Hornmatz. I live at 176 East Park Avenue. So my driveway is basically the entrance to Nixon Park. So I think we have quite a bit of traffic right there. So I am also starting to become quite exhausted with the amount of activity that's going on at the park quite year-round lately. So I feel like Park and Rec Department Board should probably be considering the amount of use that is going on in the park, how it affects the residents that live in the near vicinity. For instance, when we were discussing the bike race, we are not trying to stop it. We just want to point out that there are events going on Wednesday that prevent us from having an emergency route in and out of our yard or our driveway. Because the carnival will be set up in the park. The park will be closed starting on Monday, which leaves us no route to exit or get in if we need to. So we do expect to make accommodations. The bid said, the organizer for the Dairyland race said he would get back to us. We haven't heard on proposed alternate parking. We're just not sure what that is. It still hasn't been communicated, so we're hoping that that comes soon. And if not, we would recommend that we are given some place to park the night before, since the road will close. We have work, multiple families with small children, just those types of considerations. Plus, when we get home with the day, we have baseball. We have to get in and out and get out of the house. There'll still be running races, so we'll make we'll plan on it, but we'll still need access. So I just wish there was some thoughts on that, because on the day of the celebration, we can't even really invite friends over because it's full. So we'll be carting our own cars back and forth as well. So going forward, that would be nice, appreciated. I also am curious, there's water. We have fluoride in the water. I know it is now coming of topic that we can take it out or reduce it.
Not in there, it's gone.
We took it out.
It's been gone over a year
It
ago.
is, wonderful, because I saw it on an old report from '23. That's great news. That
I
was it.
also don't want fluoride in the water.
I was just hoping that was something that could be addressed. All right. And then also, we do have a city ordinance for dogs on leashes. I know it's annoying. I'm the lady with all the plants along the road. I see dogs in the park with their owners. It is not a dog park. There is poo left by dogs because people don't pick it up. And they're running them like it's a dog park. I don't know what you want us to do as neighbors. If you'd like us to start providing feedback, I'm happy to do that because there are regular offenders. And then it would be good, some people have to follow the leash law and other people don't. The retractable leashes are technically not allowed. So maybe practice a little bit of courtesy with all the new people that keep moving here. I'd appreciate it. And then that was about it. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When, this is important enough, I'm gonna ask right now though. When is the race, on Thursday?
Wednesday.
The race is on, and you have been given, just to clarify,
Not this Wednesday.
it's next Wednesday, but
No,
you
it's
haven't
a
received
month.
a mail.
It's a month.
Okay, it's in a month, but you haven't received a mailer yet, but,
So we did receive a mailer.
Okay.
After everything had been approved and gone through the board and everything else.
Okay.
We receive, but the ordinance says we have to receive it before it's ever presented at the board.
And I'll be asking about that, but so at least you were notified that it's
That's how we found
happening. Okay. And then, but the parking, now that I know it's a month away, I'm guessing you will be getting a call. You're right up here on Park?
We
I'm not-
we asked them last week.
If you don't got a call back, I just wanted to let you know to call the village, because Ryan, call and ask for Ryan, and he will direct you to let you know the municipal lots, because honestly, for you guys living there, we have a couple of reserved spots, but I'm sure there's something we can do to make sure that they're gonna be able to have parking so you can walk to your car. I understand it's a walk, but I would be in the same boat. I would want a car that's outside of the route that I can get to so that I can drive where I need to
And
go
I think
to.
our big concern is we do have a neighbor with 4 very small children, 4 under 3. 4 under 4. And so, not me,
180.
but,
I get all that. There might be elderly people, there might be people that are on hospice, I get that. My big thing is, even if I didn't have any of those issues, and I just wanna be able to have my car, it's my home, I would wanna make sure that I could park somewhere, even if I gotta walk 3 blocks.
and
You know.
as of when we spoke to them last week, they indicated they were still working out parking.
Okay.
To me, that's something that's supposed to be part of the application. Based on my understanding, is they're supposed to have a lot of that sorted out already to let residents know. And again, we provided phone numbers, emails, addresses, everything to them last week, and we have not yet received
Okay.
a response.
All right. We'll look into it. Thank you very much. Very quickly, if you're gonna do that, real quickly.
On the bike race, if we can, the municipal lots, I think, are closed overnight parking, if that is correct.
Nope.
No, they're open.
They are.
That's why I'm trying to get you so we can
I thought
direct
it
you to
was a
those
park-
municipal lots, because
Okay.
there's gonna be plenty of parking. I'm not
And
that
if-
worried. I
if
just
there
wanted to make sure you're
isn't,
set.
Can we be?
There is.
A leniency to park in the grass right up by the big
There
ball field?
is municipal parking in the lots overnight.
Not during the hometown event, though.
That's what I thought. There's a difference.
No, talking about parking in Nixon in the park.
No, not overnight. I mean, that'll be closed. You won't even be able to use it because of the carnival.
Correct.
The grassy area up by the concession stand, is that an alternate parking area? If
It's not, but we have
lots-
municipal lots that we'll be able to direct you to.
That's, the whole lot will be closed to,
Right, it's all closed. The whole park is closed.
Correct.
Starting on Monday.
Yeah, but these lots I got.
no, this
The
lot,
last time
library
this
lot.
race was held, the park was open and we were able to park in the park and be able to exit the park.
And get out.
So we don't have that as an option this time, and so we're left walking blocks to get, which I'm not worried about me, but again, elderly or other.
I haven't been very involved with the bike race, because again, this is the Business Improvement District, which is an arm of the village, but they're working with the village, but they kind of handle all this, so we will look into this, because I don't even know why the park isn't open, but I'm sure there's a reason for it on why the lot's not open. But we'll look into this so that we can get you. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So we'll look into where we're gonna get you to park if you don't hear from them, but I'm sure they're working with the village to get you to the best place. They're probably working with police as well. I just want you to know it's being worked on. Like Ryan's hearing it right, he knows.
I've emailed them to inquire.
He's
but-
already emailed, so we're on it.
I appreciate it.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do we have anybody on Zoom that would like to speak? Okay. All right. The first item we have is consideration of approval of the minutes from the May 11th, 2026 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the May 11th, 2026 meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes. Any discussion?
I did make a correction to our deputy clerk in regards to your selection of who was the trustee selection and who was the citizen selection for the board of review. They had it flipped in the minutes, and
Okay.
it's
And that
it'll be-
was changed, or you are changing it?
It will be correct.
You're correcting it? Okay. And that, you'll allow those corrections, I presume?
Yeah, with, motion with the corrections.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion on that or any corrections? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. Now we have the items that are related to vouchers. We have consideration of vouchers for payment in the amount of $200,072. I'm sorry, starting over with the number. $200,027.32.
I'll make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $200,027.32.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the vouchers. Any discussion?
I do have a question. On page 2, the public works expense, the very first one for Linwood and Maple crosswalk for $8,000. Would that be you, Tom?
Yeah.
That's the new
What-
beacons that you guys just approved. the new
Well,
flag.
again, I thought that the county, that's a county road.
County won't do it. It is a county road.
It is a county road.
But I thought we weren't, okay.
The county won't do it.
So we did it for the citizens that are,
After saying no 20 times, we did it after they came with the whole subdivision, yeah. We're trying to,
like, can we get the county to reimburse us at all?
they won't reimburse us. They don't want it. They don't think it's necessary.
Will they won't keep it up either? Or if it
No,
needs any
they won't do
maintenance?
anything.
No, they will do nothing.
I had
Well,
to
that's
get a
sad.
permit for that.
That's sad.
You what?
I had to apply for a permit for that installation.
Don't worry, there will be a roundabout 100 feet from it though.
Okay, that was the only question I had. Thank you.
Anybody else? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion's carried. Now we have a discussion and consideration to modify ambulance charges. Chief?
Good evening. So we review our ambulance billing rates annually in coordination with our EMS MC, our billing provider. This year, EMS MC has recommended adjusting our rates to more closely align with those other agencies within the county. As reflected in the attached comparison chart, some of our current rates are below the suggested range, while others are above it. Based on their analysis, EMS MC recommends updating the highlighted billing rates accordingly. So mileage will go from $24 a mile to $32.66 a mile. Our ALS emergency rate will go from $1,600 to $1,873.41.
Says 18.
Second.
No, so we,
The highlighted,
anything non-highlighted, we do not do.
Oh, okay.
right. So the ALS emergency, which is the next one, is $1,600 is our current rate. We'll take that up to $1,873.41. Our BLS non-emergency will stay the same. Our BLS emergent will stay the same. And then the ALS 2 emergent will be from 19 up to 2711.52.
So you're not going to, on the categories that were excessive, we're not going to lower it. We're
Not
going
at
to
this
keep it
time,
the
yeah.
way it is.
And we don't have an ALS non-emergent. ALS is advanced life support. Well, you're always getting transported at our ALS. There is no, correct? We don't have a
Right,
non-emergent.
yes.
So your BLS non-emergent, essentially, that's not a huge one. And if you look at these, the Medicare urban base, that's generally what we're getting out of 50 or 60% of our calls anyway. I would guess 50% of our calls are Medicare,
Oh, yes,
at least. So,
easily.
again, this all gets washed out in insurance and dealing with it. So if you recall, we used to charge for supplies, things of that nature, and insurance said, no, we'll only do for X. So it's always a game of how to make sure that insurance covers what they're supposed to cover with all of this.
I'll make a motion to approve the modify ambulance charges.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to modify the ambulance charges. Any discussion? I guess I do want to add for this, I will be voting for it. I think it's important to always note, sometimes I think gets forgotten, sometimes that some of the institutions around Hartland, not institutions like schools and stuff, but for-profit places where people go and live, sometimes it does get forgotten that it's not, we are there to provide emergency services, not just, you cut your finger, and even though you could drive to the hospital, it's like, I just want them to come and take me in. But I mean, it really is for life-threatening emergencies where if someone can drive you or something, you are better off. So when people go in and they have a sprained ankle and they get a ride in an ambulance to the hospital, and then they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this costs $4,000. It costs $4,000 because you just took a trip that was supposed to be a life-saving trip because there was a chance you were going to die. I mean, it was life-threatening, and you took that trip instead of just going in the car. But I think important to stress that when people always think that we're charging too much, it's not that we're charging too much, it's because we're coming prepared for a lot more than just a sprained ankle or even just some breathing problems that you possibly could drive to the doctor. Call 911 if you think you're in danger of death. But if you do think you can get to the hospital and you're really worried about money as opposed to being upset with our fire department, I think it's very important that you only call when you're in a serious emergency, because it also holds them up from being at a call where someone may be in a true emergency. I just wanted to stress that, because once in a while we hear people say they're charging too much, but they don't realize what they're bringing to the table on every call. I just wanted to add that. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Now we have the presentation of the 2025 Consumer Confidence Report.
All right, so this is a 2025 Consumer Confidence Report. It's put out in this year because this is a cumulative of all the sampling we did throughout the entire distribution system for the year of 2025. This report gives a well description of our distribution system, number of wells, the depths those wells are, the annual water that we pump each year, what is being injected into the water, education on backflow, prevention, and cross connection. Everything that we are testing for is within compliance. We had no violations throughout last year, and everything is in good standing with the DNR. If there's any questions that any of you board members get, or Ryan or anyone that calls to the hall, we have contact information on who they can talk to. It's going to be me or Jake Schlafer, who runs our water utility for the most part down at the DPW shop. So anytime any of those samples, or even someone's calling about the hardness in the water or anything like that, we have all those answers down there at the shop. These are available up at the village hall here, if anyone can grab one of them, and they're on our village website. We also have a link on here that discloses the number of lead services that we have in the village. That was a requirement as of last year, and that's continued on to this Consumer Confidence Report this year.
What is our water softener hardness again? I tried
23 grains.
So when people set their water softeners to the hardness, they'll go to 23 for Hartland. That's extremely hard water, but that's all this whole area.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's based off of our shallow aquifers that we have here. Our wells are very shallow. Our deepest well is 132 feet, which for a municipal well is very shallow, which is a good thing in most regards.
So we've had this discussion before about the PFAS, and in order to, and I notice a lot of these levels and ranges you're right at the top end of these ranges. So if we need to go deeper with these wells, will that create and I know you don't, maybe not even know this answer, will that create more of a mid-range of measurement that we would get? Or, because I know the PFAS, that's what we were talking about, that we'd have to go deeper.
Yeah, that's still kind of a discussion that we're looking into. The EPA has set the standard, and now the state has followed through with that standard of 4 parts per trillion. We're at 4.1 parts per trillion. We have until 2030 to make any corrective actions towards that. Now the EPA is talking about going back on that value. We are on that line of being good or not. We've done some recent investigatory samples that are not a requirement of the DNR, because we're talking treatment around $7 million for well 6. So because of that, we started doing some of our own sampling, and in recent times, those numbers have been a lot lower. Don't know why they're lower, but we're getting numbers like 3 parts per trillion.
And these again are parts per trillion.
Yes.
There are other municipalities that have shut down their entire wells because their numbers are so high. We're right on the border. The federal government and state government are looking into providing funding for these. Some local municipalities have already spent millions because theirs is so bad. We have many options and many years yet to do this, but again, parts per trillion when most things are parts per million. So it's a forever chemical that pretty much every water system has, wells, everybody. So it's just that we get tested for it and the DNR is regulating it.
Yeah. There's no action level that's that's in right now with any of our sampling that is requiring us to shut off our wells or notify residents based on the standards that they have out right now. So,
We literally have 4 parts per trillion.
yeah.
I
Four-
would-
4.1, because what they do is they take it over an average. So that's the thing, is they need 4 samples in to make that average up. So now that I got some samples that are under it, I have to wait for the actual regulation period of when the next sample is required for then that to start taking the average and bringing it back down now, so.
We have already received 800,000 for, that's 800,000.
Yeah, that was the,
From settlement.
Settlement.
From Tyco and I forget who else, so.
yeah, I'm not sure on the name. So yeah, we're constantly looking at that. I'm talking with Arnhem, other municipalities that have installed it, but the other municipalities that have installed it, they're at 60 parts per trillion or 80 parts per trillion. They were at that action level and they needed to do something, or they were shutting their well off. Yeah.
And this
they-
is nothing we did, nothing,
No.
it's the water that's in our aquifer from, other places dig too deep and have radium in the water or whatever it is, and so
Mm-hmm.
everybody has issues with water. It's just, this has probably been in the water forever. We're just paying more attention to it now, and whenever we have a remedy or if we're below that threshold, we'll let each other know. But if we have to go to a whole level filter, did Pewaukee do it and it was several million? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's essentially pulls it out.
Yeah, it's a giant filter. It goes through a bunch of different vessels. They start out and they do basically a case study at each location, and they have to run that for, I think, like 90 days is the requirement that the DNR says that they have to run the sampling, and they try different media types basically to see what works best for that station, how many gallons per minute they're pushing through the well and everything like that. Then based off of that sample, then they're actually building the design and putting it all together for the vessels that are gonna be permanent. So,
We'll just hope that we don't have to
yeah.
cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Anybody have any other questions for Tom on that? No. Now we have consideration of a second reading with possible waiving of the third reading of bill for an ordinance number 511-2026, an ordinance amending Article 2, Park and Recreation Board, and repealing Section 70-26 through 70-31, and amending Article 2 and Section 70-26 of the Village of Hartland Municipal Code with respect to the Park and Recreation Board. As Trustee Hallquist has said before, that it's important to note, what this does effectively is this would eliminate, have it continuing with the Park Board, so that would dissolve. But there would be someone with park and, someone that cares about park and rec that would become a member. We would need to then have a member on the plan commission, because the president or chairman of the park board, that person is always on the plan commission. And that's the next one after this, that's the next item after this. So I'm just saying, however we do this, we couldn't take one and not the other.
Yeah,
Because we would have, the composition would be all messed up next. But if this passes, then I'll name that person, which will be Tim, to become a citizen member of the plan commission, which would carry a 3-year term. And the reason I also want to say, sometimes I'm long-winded, there's a reason. It's not just trying to rush it through, even though, I think we could. There hasn't been a lot of kickback on it or anything, but we have plan commission next week. I'm sorry, we have park board next meeting, so the first Monday in June, to have them meet, if we're going to be dissolving it anyways and have that totally in limbo, I personally think it would be better to just decide it as opposed to just extending it to a third reading, just to extend it. If there's a reason to, then let's do it, but that's the reason that I had to put on the agenda the way it was. If we can, I'll make a motion to suspend the rules if it'd be allowed.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend the rules. I'll make a motion.
Do you want to vote on that?
Oh, yeah, well, anybody want to discuss suspending the rules? I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. I'll make a motion that we do pass that, bill for an ordinance that number 5/11/2026, an ordinance amending Article 2 Park and Recreation Board and repealing Section 70-26 through 70-31 and amending Article 2 and Section 70-26 of the Village of Hartland Municipal Code with respect to the Park and Recreation Board.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt those changes under ordinance number 5/11/2026. Any discussion? Tim, do you have anything?
No, I said my piece a couple
Okay.
weeks ago.
Okay. Ann, anybody have anything? Rick, do you have anything?
No.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Aye.
Nay.
Just correct me if I'm wrong, I have to, 2 noes, Connor and Hallquist, correct? And the rest were A's, correct? Okay. Now we have consideration of a second reading with possible waiving of the third reading of bill for an ordinance number 5/11/2026-A. This is an ordinance to amend section 46-146 of the Village of Hartland Municipal Code pertaining to the membership composition of the Village Plan Commission. This is what I was just discussing. Based on the fact of what just happened on the last item, we now have this open limbo spot that we need to refill, and this will change the wording, stating that it's just going to be a citizen appointment that has, the citizen appointment tends to have an emphasis on Park and Rec.
Rules still suspended, or do we have to resuspend the rules? All right.
Resuspend.
I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend the rules. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried.
I'll make a motion that we approve the bill for an ordinance number 5/11/2026-A.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve bill for an ordinance 5/11/2026-A pertaining to the composition of the Plan Commission. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion is carried. There's something that's not on here that was supposed to be. I'm appointing Tim Hallquist, and I want board approval on it. We have Plan Commission coming up, and we can do it at the next meeting if you want me to redo it, but Tim Hallquist is going as a citizen appointment, which is a 3-year appointment, which will fall in line. So this is the beginning of that appointment, and then that will go on for 3 years. That's citizen appointment, but it's not on here. But it is part of that. You already got yours? Yeah. Yep, nope. But it is kind of part of this, so I'm just saying I would like to,
Well,
yeah. Go ahead, Tim.
okay, so if it's, the planning commission isn't gonna be for 4 more weeks, 3 more weeks? So can't you do it at the next,
We could.
next village board meeting?
We could. I was just gonna do it because it technically could fall under the composition
Well,
legally.
I just wanna
but-
make sure it's legal because it's not written in there that you're appointing anybody.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know what the Roberts.
All right, we'll do it
rules is.
June 8th. But that's who I'm gonna be appointing. So now everybody knows, so please put that on the next agenda. Obviously, that still needs board approval, but that's who I wanted to bring forth. Tim was
Right.
always the one serving as the chairman of the park board.
Yep, understood.
Okay. Now we have a consideration of a third reading of bill for an ordinance number 4/27/2026, an ordinance amending chapter 18 of the Village of Hartland Municipal Code pertaining to the building code.
These were just the adjustments based off the building inspector's recommendations.
Suspended.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm good.
I'll make a motion to approve the bill for an ordinance number 4/27/26, an ordinance amending Chapter 18 of the Village of Hartland Municipal Code pertaining to building code.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 4/27/2026, an ordinance amending chapter 18 of the Village of Hartland Municipal Code pertaining to the building code. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion is carried. Now we have announcements.
All right. Palmer's Alley has been completely poured. It's open for walking traffic, not driving. MTech is doing the restoration and the landscaping around that concrete. We still have to auger the poles in for the dumpster surround and for a bollard on the edge of the building there. Milling on Goodwin, Warren, and Haight took place today. Paving is going to be this Friday, so that's going to be surfaced this Friday, so a pretty quick turnaround on that project. Lamron Park Playground Unit has been completely installed, concrete ramp poured, and completely mulched, so that's ready to go. We put a post out, or I think Rec Department did on social media for us. Thanks, Rec. Globe is continuing on stormwater outfall repairs as part of their utility contract, but they've been moving right along. They're done with all of our water distribution, our valves, and hydrant replacements. Well, 3, 4, 5 have all had their VFDs replaced, so we're done with the well work on the contract for this year as well. And I know you asked a while ago about the VFDs as far as a Focus on Energy grant. I'm working on Focus with Energy right now with R&M trying to work it. But basically what those VFDs have been installed for is they are in replace of a soft start. So they're not being used to the full potential of a VFD, and that does not apply for a Focus on Energy grant. So I'm trying to outweigh the cost of engineering to try to get those to ramp up and ramp down to a certain percentage that's going to still apply for those grants to get that money annually. But that's kind of a work in progress to see if the cost of R&M engineering and getting that set up is going to outweigh what a grant would be for that. So
Thanks for looking into that.
yeah, no, not a problem.
All right, application process has started for my job. Yes. So I believe they have to have applications turned in on June 12th, and then first interviews at the PFC are 16th and 17th of June. I have yet to, I just got back from vacation, so I'll have to talk to president of the PFC and see what he's got planned for everything else. We've got the safes in for our narcotic stuff. Cagel's been working the last week or so on them, getting them prepared to get in the ambulances and to get them installed in the back and ready to rock on that side of it. Our second ambulance was in for some repairs, it needed some brake work, and they found a fuel line that was leaking, so those are getting fixed. We should have that back tomorrow. We were notified today by Lake Country that their ladder is out of service, so we changed our approach to what we're sending to different events. Our ladder will be going first to most everything, because we don't have a ladder coming for quite a while after that. So other than that, I'm just kind of getting back into it after being on vacation.
Thanks, Chief. Welcome back.
Thanks.
No announcements.
Tim?
They probably don't like this, but I heard that the splash pad is open, so.
Ann, anything?
I was at the Legion yesterday for the Memorial Day celebration. It could have been better attended, but it was very nice. And where they do the 21 gun salute and they had the bugle after that, it's very touching.
They always do a really
Yeah,
good job over there.
they did. So that's it.
Awesome. Tom?
Yeah, I agree, Ann. I saw you there, and it was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Guest speaker yesterday.
Awesome. Very cool.
I got
I have a couple just as we gear up here. You can almost feel it as it goes through, especially we start this off with Memorial Day, but we kind of lead through just a month, but we know what's coming. And it's every year as hometown gets closer and closer, those flags go up along Capitol Drive, and I see them already going up on houses, and I can just tell the decorations are already starting to get put up, and we're going to put on a heck of a good time this year. The parade does start down at Nixon, and I'm just gonna keep on reiterating it at the meetings. I'm sorry, ends at Nixon. It starts in the same spot, but it ends at Nixon. It's just the old route. But carnival going on. Carnival's gonna be going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's gonna be music down there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So a little bit more than we had last year. We put a lot of money into fireworks, some extra this year to really knock it out of the park. It is the 250th for the United States. And I just get really excited about it because I will say one of the things, you know, I kind of spent some time thinking back, and you even see other areas and hear about other areas. But like when I moved here in 2005, I had heard stories about all the things that Hartland used to do. And there was a long history of Hartland doing a lot for hometown celebration and Independence Day parade, even though we do it, you know, a little early. But to see us doing so much and see it bringing the community together, and just see so many people having fun, to see those kids picking up candy along the way and looking forward to it so much, and just all of it, I think, is really amazing. And it's just a really amazing time in a lot of different facets. I know some people get together and run in the morning on Saturday, and there's a lot of different things that happen. It's summer here, and I mean, one of the best places on earth, and it's just fun as we lead up to that hometown celebration, and it's just really nice to see. There's people out walking, so I guess enjoy the area, but enjoy your neighbors and just enjoy it. It's a really cool time of year in Hartland, and it's a pretty cool thing, and I'm just happy to be part of it. But ever since I've moved here, I have not missed a fireworks yet in Hartland, but it's just fun. I used to take my kids when they were little, now they're grown up, and I just beg them to come back for hometown. I'm like, you can go sit on Capitol. But very good time. So if anybody has any questions on hometown celebration, if they're kid related or anything related, please feel free to contact the village to find out from us. We'll be happy to let you know what's all going on. And if you want to volunteer, we'd be more than happy to have you come and help for an hour or two, just as the community comes together. So everybody enjoy. With that, does anybody else have any announcements before we move on from that? Okay. Now we have a possible motion to enter into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85, section 1, subsection E, for the purpose of deliberating or negotiating the purpose of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, specifically related to TIF, Tax Improvement District number 4. This would take a roll call vote to go into closed session.
Make a motion that we go into closed session.
Second.
It's been moved and second to go into closed session. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Here.
Yes.
Yes.
And Tim Hallquist?
Yes.
And President Kramer?
Yep.
Yes.
Rick.
And Rick.
Oh, Rick.
You said yes.
Okay.
It's unanimous. We'll go into closed session. We're now in open session.
I would like to make a motion that we reduce TIF number 4 loan balance to $5,000 if paid by June 30th, 2026.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to reduce TIF 4 loan balance to $5,000 if paid by June 30th, 2026. This item is based on information that was discussed in the closed session. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. Now we only have one item left.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Aye. This meeting's adjourned.